Hi, I'm Tara Kelley-Cruz, and this is my show Mixed Nuts at Oric Gallery. It's a collection of small works. There are some mixed media paintings as well as some mixed media sculptures that I've created using reclaimed wood, at different textures, different collage materials, and just things that I found. In my sculptures, I try to really play a lot with texture, and it's been really fun for me to put some rough things next to some less rough things, or maybe some clean lines, clean texture. Um, I'm using a lot of, I wanted to keep my hand in these sculptures. So, whether it be a brush stroke or whether it be a piece of collage paper that I've actually created, or just a scribble, a pencil scribble on the pieces, I wanted to keep it, I wanted to keep that connection to me as the artist and not just a grouping of things that I put together. So um, that's what my sculptures are about. They're about texture, and I feel like the various textures, the roughness and the collage paper and my marks that I make all kind of create an interesting dialogue that I find compelling in the sculpture. So I have had a really fun time making those small sculptures. With my paintings, my mixed media paintings, I also am very concerned with texture. I'm building up a surface, a rich textured surface, by layering, and then I sand down, I glaze, and it's a whole process. So I'm really, my goal is to just develop this surface that has come to symbolize for me our identity and memory and the history of the piece, but it's also personal. It's the history of us, basically, as people. So I've been sort of exploring this topic of identity and history for a long time in my artwork, but for this show, there was kind of a little bit of a different um, edge to it, I guess, where I was thinking more of human connections, and I've been really thinking about our connections with family, connections with each other, and just with ancestors. I've been thinking a lot about ancestors, probably because I've just become a grandparent. Just about 3 weeks ago, I had my son's wife had a baby, and so I've kind of been thinking about this whole idea of heredity and who is this little girl, and what parts of me will she have, and what parts of my husband will she have. So it's just, all this stuff is sort of in my mind as I'm painting, and that's kind of what created this show of Mixed Nuts, that we're all kind of a mixture of different nuts in our past, different people, and different things. So the texture, the layering, I've also been really thinking more for a longer time than that about ancestors. And, in different parts of the world, they have beliefs around ancestors that are different from what we have grown up with in our culture, where sometimes they revere ancestors, or they may even worship ancestors. Um, Sometimes they believe that ancestors intervene in our lives. So I just think that all of that is so interesting, and how ancestors do play into our identity. It's just a question for me that I thought was worth exploring. I feel like with the sculptures, I still feel like I'm a painter more than anything, but with the sculptures, I feel like it's sort of an extension of the paintings, where I'm still taking, it's sort of a collage. I'm taking things and putting them together as I would in my paintings. And it also kind of gives me a little bit of a break in my head from the paintings. So if I have a series that I'm working on, and I work on multiples at a time, so they'll be all around my studio, um, I'll there may come a time when I get a little burnt out, or I think this isn't going anywhere. I'm not able to accelerate the work anymore, and I just need to turn them around and not look at them for a while. And that's when I go to my sculptures, and it's just sort of gives me a little break. And I'm doing the same thing, and I'm exercising that muscle of just the discernment piece, but then I can go back, and it's fun. The sculptures to me are very fun, because I'm not thinking as much about color. I'm not thinking as much about it has to be a certain composition. It's just, I'm just putting things together. So it's kind of more intuitive, I guess. Otherwise, I feel like I get stuck more. If I am trying to just do one piece and finish it, I feel like I get stuck more. So switching helps me a lot. And I think that's why the sculptures help me, because I'm able to switch and say, put that on the back burner, do my sculpture for a while, and then go back to it. So Yeah. So I hope that you enjoy the show as much as I enjoyed making it. I really have loved being part of this, and this wonderful intimate space in Oric Gallery has been great too for this show. There are about 12 pieces, so please come and see the show.